Hello everyone, Charles here to share with you about excellent Asian films. Today I want to recommend the Chinese film To Live, which was released in 1994. In the 1940s, Fu Gui was the son of a rich landlord, but he was lazy and also had a gambling problem, which caused him to lose all his family's house and assets. A man named Longer acquired his family's house. Fu Gui's wife, Jia Zhen, who was pregnant with their second child, couldn't stand Fu Gui's gambling problem anymore and had to take their daughter, Fen Xia, back to her mother's house. Overnight, Fu Gui became homeless. A year or so later, Jia Zhen learned that her husband had recovered from his gambling addiction, so she brought her soon-to-be-born son, You Qing and Fen Xia, back home to start a new life with Fu Gui. Fu Gui borrowed a box of shadow puppet props and set up a traveling troupe to perform and earn money. One day, Fu Gui's troupe was captured by the Kuomintang army and later also by the People's Liberation Army, where they performed shadow puppets for the soldiers. In 1949, Fu Gui returned home and was reunited with his long-lost family. During this time, the Communist Party came into power. They began to demand landlords around the country to hand over their property to the government. Longer, the landlord who acquired Fu Gui's family house, refused to give up the house and was consequently sentenced to death. After seeing Longer get executed, Fu Gui was scared but also very glad that he lost his house to Longer all those years ago. In the 1950s, the whole country was mobilized to participate in steelmaking, and even elementary school children had to participate. You Qing, Fu Gui's son, had been working non-stop for several days, so he fell asleep next to a wall at his school. The district chief, while he was driving to inspect the town's progress, accidentally hit the wall, and the wall fell down and smashed You Qing to death. In the 1960s, during the Cultural Revolution, the government demanded people to get rid of things from the past, so Fu Gui had to burn the shadow puppet props at home. Fu Gui's daughter, Fen Xia, married the young worker, Zi. Months later, during Fen Xia's childbirth, all the doctors had been sent away to forced labor for being overeducated, and only inexperienced medical students were left in charge at the hospitals. Zi managed to find a doctor to oversee the birth, but the doctor was very weak from starvation. During the birth, Fen Xia began to hemorrhage, and the nurses panicked, admitting that they did not know what to do. The family and nurses sought the doctor for advice, but found that he had passed out. In the end, Fen Xia gave birth to a boy, but died due to the blood loss. 6 years later, the family, now consisting only of Fu Gui, Jia Zhen, their son-in-law Zi, and their grandson Mantou, visited the graves of You Qing and Fen Xia. Zi bought a box full of young chicks for his son, which they decided to keep in the chest formerly used for the shadow puppet props. At the end of the film, Fu Gui expresses optimism for his grandson's future. The film won the Grand Jury Prize in the Best Actor Award at the 47th Cannes Film Festival in France in 1994. This film shows how individuals make choices and persevere to live in the face of adversities. The character of Fu Gui represents the ordinary people of China. The tragedy of Fu Gui's life in the film is mainly due to the era of history in which he lived. Suffering by itself has no value, but the resilience and perseverance, even sadness and helplessness that people show when they encounter suffering can inspire more people. So this is also a film full of hope. As Romain Rolland said, there is only one heroism in the world, to see the world as it is and to love it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.